Brady Williams found popularity in the reality television world when his family was featured in the series My 5 Wives. As TLC cable channel viewers were fascinated with the concept of polygamous families, the TV show generated enough viewership ratings when it premiered in 2013. And while it was canceled after just a couple of seasons, the fans who became invested in their lives were curious as to what happened to Brady, his 5 wives, and his multiple children. TLC Cable TV discovered a goldmine in tackling the polygamous lifestyle because it generated so much interest from viewers. It was the reason why they produced many reality series about them, including My 5 Wives, which chronicled the life of a polygamous man with 5 wives living in a house somewhere in Salt Lake City, Utah. In the TV show, they pulled back the veil of one of the most tight-lipped groups in the world. While the mainstream Mormon church banned polygamy more than a century ago, the Williamses lived in a community in Utah where all their neighbors were Mormon fundamentalists who believed that the practice of polygamous lifestyle was the fastest way to reach heaven. Brady Williams was raised in a mainstream Latter-day Saints Mormon household, following all the teachings of their church. However, Brady left the church when he reached the age of 16. He became part of those fundamentalist groups, serving as one of its bishops, but ultimately decided that the religion wasn't for them, because he claimed that they became uncomfortable with the teachings. He and his wives were referred to as progressive polygamists. Brady had 5 wives by the time he was 29 years old, but was legally only married to one. He said that their life wasn't complicated to understand, as it was just normal in the sense that they simply loved each other similar to other families, but multiplied by 5. At the time of the filming of the TV show, he already had 24 children and was working as a construction manager while studying for a degree in philosophy. He said that he evolved from the usual description of a polygamist because he and his 5 wives shared the same power within the family, as compared to the known polygamous patriarchal lifestyle. Due to these beliefs, they were shunned by other polygamists as well. Changing the perception of many people about polygamy was the top reason why Brady Williams and his family agreed to have their lives documented for a reality TV show. According to them, making money out of it was just secondary. They were all proud of their chosen lifestyle and truly believed that 5 wives could coexist, loving and sharing one husband. They didn't claim to be in any religion, and that made it even more confusing to those who were watching them. In an interview, the wives were asked that if the concept of polygamy in their progressive beliefs wasn't necessary to reach heaven, why did they continue to practice it? One simply replied that they spent years building the family, and so grew to love each other more. For most people, the Williamses' lifestyle was hard to comprehend, especially when they described that they all shared 2 houses situated next to each other, with a small road between them. On one side of the road, Brady built a 2-story house shaped like a rectangular box, with walls dividing it into 3 separate homes. The other house was a bit smaller and designed as a duplex. They shared common areas including a playground and a swimming pool in front of the houses. It was as if they all lived in a place with a motel kind of vibe, where they all could see each other when they went out in the common areas, but still enjoyed some privacy. Aside from not following the patriarchal family dynamics, Brady Williams and his family now shared different beliefs from the Mormon fundamentalists. They believed in pro-gay marriage. They had occasional drinks, especially during celebrations, and they also taught their children that it was perfectly okay not to follow the footsteps of their parents' plural marriage concept. They referred to it as a progressive polygamy lifestyle, and that they were still evolving. All of them shared dinner each night, hosted by a wife, and so they followed a certain schedule. The only problem with this arrangement was that there never seemed to be enough chairs for everyone, but the children were so used to this that they all took it in stride. One of the older kids even shared that they loved their life, as it guaranteed that it wouldn't be boring. During an interview with Time magazine in 2014, they all described themselves as feminists. Brady refusing to be called the head of the family, it was simply because they shared equal footing in the family. Every single topic was discussed, even something as trivial as how to celebrate one's birthday. There was no such thing as a queen bee in their family either, Here are their situations at the time of the filming of the first season of the show. Brady and his first wife, Polly, had been married for 22 years and had 6 children: Harley, Madeline, September, Mara, Camry, and Joshua. She said that there was an instant spark when they met and that she liked him immediately. She admitted that it was hard that she had to share her husband with other women, especially during the times when she needed him, because it made her feel alone. Polly said the reason she went into a polygamous family was that she wanted to go to heaven, even if she wasn't part of her former religion anymore. The teaching was so ingrained in her that she felt that she mustn't stray from it. The second wife, Robin. Second wife Robin had been married to Brady for 21 years, and they had 5 children: Hannah, Lauren, Dane, Tommy, and Trey. From the get-go, she knew that being a polygamous wife wasn't going to be easy, based on what she saw through her own mother growing up. She entered the family 8 months after Brady and Polly were married. At the time, Polly was pregnant with their first child. Brady described his second wife as very intuitive and sensitive, as she was an artist. Robin said, "I have always been a people pleaser. One year at Christmas, I made each of my sister wives a body pillow that was of Brady. It was with a cloud, with each of their names as if he was dreaming of them. She said that it was something they could hold whenever he was with someone else." After being married for 18 years, third wife Rosemary and Brady had 4 children, namely Kimberly, 17, Taylor, 15, James, 13, and Brandon, 11. Just like most of the other wives, she'd met him through church. She saw him from a distance, while everyone around her commented that he was such a cute guy. She fell in love with him when she was 17 years old, and married him 3 years later. Rosemary recalled that the moment their eyes met, she felt that she could get lost in them. When she came into the family, she noticed that the 2 first wives were kind of quiet, and so felt that she needed to adapt to their demeanor and be like them. Just by laughing too loudly made her feel that she was being obnoxious. It was apparent that Rosemary was having difficulty with her insecurities, but Brady shared that his third wife was a calming influence in his life. Also, that she was crazy talented, especially in music, and she could easily learn things, whether it was a new recipe or another skill. At the time of filming, she was studying to become a music teacher. After 15 years of marriage, Brady and his fourth wife, Noni, had 5 kids: Paul, Rachel, Marissa, Aiden, and Tally. Noni described herself as a perfectionist, which meant that she wanted everything in her house in order, and she would always call her children's attention if something was amiss. She was also the self-proclaimed worrier in the family, as she would constantly check if the money coming in was enough for the monthly expenses. She said that she had a more open personality than the others, whom she felt were more reserved. But then was a time when she felt that she had to suppress her character, just to blend with everyone else. It was only a few years later that she realized that it was okay to be a bit different. Being in a polygamous family meant being judged by many people, but she took them in her stride, saying, "You don't have to be afraid of something different. Just because you don't understand, it doesn't necessarily mean that it was wrong." My 5 Wives writers referred to the 5th wife, Rhonda, as the nurturing wife, because she was a medical assistant by profession. She and Brady were married for 14 years and had 4 children: Eden, Lake, Arwen, and Nicholas. She met Brady when she was still in her teens, and they dated briefly, after which he married the first 4 women, and then later came back for her. They eventually married 10 years after they initially dated. According to Brady, all his children would normally go to his 5th wife when they needed someone to take care of their injuries, aches, and pains. She was used to taking care of babies from the day they were born, as she'd been working in a family practice setting at a local medical facility for 23 years. She said that when it came to polygamy, she was raised never to tell anyone about it, due to the fear of imprisonment. She said, "We are the same as any other family out there, in that we get hurt, we love. You know, we are trying our best to be good people." Having 5 wives and 24 children was no joke, and most people found Brady Williams' situation quite incredibly stressful, not to say foolish. However, in Brady's view, he felt liberated that finally he could share his lifestyle through his reality TV show, My 5 Wives. Here are some of the highlights that fascinated or angered many viewers. While all 5 wives claimed that they loved each other and had accepted that they shared one husband, they were still human beings who sometimes became jealous if they felt that their husband was leaning more towards one wife. It happened during the 10th wedding anniversary of Brady and Rhonda. Going to celebrate a momentous occasion for a week was a normal thing for the family. However, jealousy reared its ugly head when they learned that during the week-long trip, the two went house hunting in Seattle, Washington State. Brady never discussed with them that he was planning to move the family there, so it didn't sit well with the other wives that Rhonda and Brady would be the ones apparently deciding where they should live. My 5 Wives viewers found it absurd that one of the wives was planning to have more children, considering that they were already having financial problems taking care of everyone. Noni was quite desperate to have another baby, even if she already had 5 with Brady. Apparently, in their lifestyle, the decision was left to the husband and wife if they wanted to have more. It was even more perplexing since it was Noni who said she was the one who constantly checked their finances. Fans were outraged that while babies were blessings from above, the family couldn't afford to have another one. The grocery bill alone was $4,000 monthly. Apparently, in 2014, Brady filed for bankruptcy, declaring that debts amounted to $400,000. For some reason, Noni continued with it, and Brady now had 25 children. Some viewers said online that it was the state of Utah that was paying for their family's needs. In one of the episodes, Rhonda opened up about her plan to adopt a child. Again, viewers were quite astounded that she wanted more kids, which they couldn't afford. In one of the online forums dedicated to the show, some viewers pointed out that it was probably because Rhonda was one of the working wives, and maybe she felt that she could pay for it. However, it didn't push through. Proposed adoption would mean exposure to an investigation of the parents, and since polygamy is illegal in Utah, that would be a problem. Brady said all of America was having sex. So are we. We are just like everybody else. There was no hanky-panky going on. It was just the husband and his wife in the bedroom. But in his case, his 5 wives were in 5 different bedrooms. They followed strict but simple guidelines in sharing their husband. Each of the wives was to sleep with him every 5th night of the week. To avoid hurt and jealousy, the wives supposedly didn't think deeply about it. It was probably easier for them since they were all raised in the same lifestyle. In fact, they were all cousins. My 5 Wives was canceled by the TLC network in February 2015, and Brady uploaded a video on YouTube informing everyone about the cancellation, thanking all viewers for their support, and promising that they would upload videos of the family onto their channel. No official explanation was given, but 2 theories floated online. One was that it didn't generate the expected number of viewers, and the other was that it was due to the revelation by Rosemary about the alleged sexual molestation that she experienced with her own father, who was at that time the leader of another polygamy group called Apostolic United Brethren. The Williamses were never consistent in uploading videos on YouTube, and their fans lost interest. It was probably why the channel never really took off. One of the last videos they posted was about Brady's post-operative surgery in February 2016, and some fans found it funny that he was quite stoned from the anesthesia that he was given. Apparently, they stopped uploading anything on their channel after that. Brady graduated with a bachelor's degree in philosophy in 2016. But a year before that, he'd established a window replacement business called Ox Glass. From their Facebook page, it seemed that his family was doing well, and some of his children were married. Their last post on their Facebook page was in May 2022, in which they shared photos and sent out Mother's Day greetings to all mothers. Some fans continued to post comments, including wishing that they would make a comeback on TV. Thank you for spending some time with us. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpick these videos which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question in the comments below. Thank you for being with us, and we'll see you back tomorrow.